So my name is Peter Northfelt. I'm 26 years old. I'm from Phoenix, Arizona. I have degrees in English literature and public policy. I go to UT now for my master's degree in advertising. I've done a little bit of everything in the field, kind of, but I started out in like a journalism and editing background. Came into school wanting to do that, and I'm fell in love with research a little bit more. So when I graduate, I want to do the account planning and brand strategy angle. So I knew that I wanted a master's degree program. I wanted it to be like academic, but I also wanted like some career development and some personal development time. So that's like where I started, but then there are probably 10 programs around the country that have like advertising specific programs and not just communication, not just English. Like I was also looking at those. And I really love the theory feat practice idea that UT advertising has. I think it's really proven to be true in my time here. And I came down to one other school in UT, and I visited Austin after I was accepted and love the vibe here. Definitely came from a school that didn't have a lot of like pride to be there and to be into it. That wasn't like individually, yeah, but the overriding theme wasn't that. But then like coming to Texas, like it's a big deal. So I chose a brand, Airbnb, because they're like in the travel space. That's a category that's interesting to me. They're also like founded like a decade ago, 2008, 2010, and like they're a tech company, right? And they're like a unicorn. They're worth $1 billion. And then my target audience was just sort of a convenient sample for UT, like creative Gen Z, basically. I did focus groups. I did a survey. I did mood boards. And out of all of that, I wanted to see like their consumer perceptions of the brand, and what I'm focusing on is like their student, like their media interaction, how they see the customer decision journey, and then the theoretical framework I'm using is uses and gratifications theory. So it's like an active audience uses media for a particular goal. So I started out the first semester at the Herb Kelleher Center for Entrepreneurship in McCombs. So it was interesting to see like that perspective, just even the physical location on campus was so different from Moody. I was also at the University Writing Center. So I've been a writing tutor for a long time in undergrad, and it was just another opportunity that was offered to me here. I was also the newsletters editor for a semester at the Daily Texan. And all those things were kind of continuations of skills and genres that I've worked in before. But it's interesting to look back now and see like I would probably approach them really differently now that I'm at the end of my master's degree program. We're really close to it. So ITA in the advertising program is cross-listed PR, advertising, journalism, business of sports media, and Mark Hannes is the professor. Never thought I would see media and advertising, marketing, branding like from the sports media angle, because I was always, you always have people have conceptions of sports, especially people like me who aren't really invested in a team or a player. But this is my third semester. All 3 semesters I've TA'd for that class, and really happy I got to see all those things I just described, like my research interests, my career interests, like from the sports media perspective. The clients really want to own it. That's what they do day in, day out. It's their product. They wear the uniform. It's their balance sheet. It's their stock market ticker, but consumers own the brand. Like brands live in the minds of consumers. And so I think trying to manage the expectations with brand managers and like the stakeholders that advertising people like interact with, managing their expectations and saying and reminding them constantly that it's not that they're powerless in the relationship, but it's not that they have all power about how people see their brand. So it's about like forming that bridge, forming that relationship between the consumer and the brand, and then behind that, like the people who like run the business, basically. It's a tricky question because I can see issues and I can see what I want to change maybe, but together that's like a huge, that's a tall order. I'll preface just by saying that I feel like I'm still a little bit of an outsider looking in to the actual field and practice of advertising. Like I know how it works, I know how how the processes are done, like I know how to talk to the people, and I feel like people I could walk into an agency and they would trust me with like what I'm prepared to do. So right now there's this buzzword just overall about diversity and inclusion in advertising agencies, and like advertising I feel like more than any other field, like is the lifeblood of our industry and of what we do is like different perspectives, is like more rather than less. So making sure that people aren't just a box that's checked, but they actually feel like they can bring what's appropriate to the table and actually contribute. And I don't think agencies right now have like the understanding or the wherewithal or the like processes and procedures to like let that happen to the extent that I think it should. So I'm definitely like a recipe person, I'm definitely like a process person, but I also have a lot of empathy too. So it's kind of like when I'm moving into advertising, into the industry, like how do you take that big problem apart a little bit and make some incremental change at the places in the industry that we work in.
Lightning round.
Alright. Well, I played the cello, so I wish I had mastered it. I'd say the drums though, realistically, that'd be awesome. Brussels sprout. I want to say Florida, but that's just my like chaos brain. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oregon. Oprah. Who doesn't pick Oprah? Flight. I love Patrizzi's. Mayor. I think walking into rolling, like for my first MBA class, it's like going to Hogwarts.